All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a very special edition of Cameron's Corner. We are featuring Dion over here from D Light Custom Guitars, and we're featuring one of D Light's custom guitars right here. This is an offset, so Jazzmaster Jaguar style, if you guys are into that kind of thing. D Light's going to talk to us a little bit about his creative process, kind of where he comes up with his ideas. We're going to talk about this guitar in particular because it's got a little bit of a unique setup. And then we're going to talk about sort of some of his materials, where he gets his pickups, things like that from. So without further ado, let's get started. So, Dion, man, let's get talking there. So, first thing I want to ask is your market. It looks like you're competing with like the Fender style, type of thing. So, what are we wanting your customers to know? Why are we wanting to draw them to you as opposed to say going out and getting a Fender or a Squire or something similar?
Yeah. So, I guess for me, you could go and get a Fender. You can go to Music Guitar Center, somewhere like that, and get a Fender for a decent price. But I'm trying to make something that's a bit more unique and also affordable. Usually for relic guitars, at least in the market right now, for Fenders, if you're going to go custom shop, if you want something that's relic, it's pretty salty. You're talking like $4,000 or. So I'm trying to cut that in half and come up with something that I think's equally just as cool and maybe a bit unique, kind of like this one with the pickups.
So that's a good example. He's talking about his relic. Look at the relicing on these things, man. This is incredible looking. These guitars really look like they've been around the block a time or two, and they've done some pretty dirty deeds, This one in particular I like for the split pick guard. So what was the idea behind the split pick guard?
That was actually just because that blue color, it reminded me of like a 50s vehicle, an old Cadillac or something. And it got me thinking Art Deco, and the next thing I knew, I was off into that. And, some of the guitars these days are starting to do similar things, but I just thought I'd give it a shot and kind of like the way it ended up.
Man, I'm telling you, it's definitely like if I walked into a store and I saw this color, this relicing, that split pick guard, was this a P90 in here, or is
it's a regular Jazzmaster.
Okay, so an actual Jazzmaster in here. You're talking about your market. You're trying to sort of cut that market in half, man. So what you're talking about is people that are interested in something that looks the real deal, looks like it's been around a time or two, but you're not really looking to spend that much in the bank, right? Yeah. So another one of those things that we're looking for when we're looking for vintage instruments is that vintage quality sound. That a lot of that comes from the pickups. Some of it comes from the wood, but a lot of it comes from the pickups. So how are where are your pickups competing in that market? So a lot of these pickups are made from like small time dealers, local guys, custom guys, all that type of thing, right?
Kind of a wide range. So I've done Lawlers. I think one of these has a set of triple shots from Lambertone in them. But I just try to find something. In fact, I'll go through a number of pickups before I find something that I really like in that particular guitar.
Right.
So this guy happened to find these have Sunday hand wound pickups in them, and he does some unique things with the way he winds them. So I just thought I'd give this guy a shot, and it's turned out great.
Yeah, these things actually sound quite incredible. And there's a little bit of a kind of a different wiring scheme on this too. So we've got a 4-position toggle here, and with something called jaggy legs. So explain jaggy legs.
Yeah, jaggy legs. Tim could do a much better job, the guy that Sunday hand wound. But that bridge pickup, he's put the pole pieces in such a way that kind of matches a Jaguar pickup.
Okay.
So there again, kind of matching the Jaguar with the Jazzmaster to get something going. The difference between those two, I don't know if you can hear it. In one position, you've got like 10.5K, so you got a little bit more hotter output. And then in the next one, it's a 9.5, 9.4.
So a little softer, not quite as harsh, yeah.
Then in the next position, you got to push just a regular match between the two. And then just a full Jazzmaster into that.
That thing's got a little bit of twang to it too. I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of nice.
Yeah,
kind of nice. So, that was his idea, or was that? Did you guys sort of collude on that?
No, he just happened to have something that he had done similar in a guitar that he owns, and I thought I'd give it a shot. So.
Yeah, it's definitely to a trained ear, it might or to an untrained ear, I should say, it might not be noticeable, but I can tell the difference, man. It's kind of neat having different tones to work with. So, and then of course your tuners, you got these sort of vintage style tuners on the back of them.
Yeah,
right?
I prefer the safety post tuner. Just for somebody that builds guitars and changes pickups a lot, these work so easy because you just pop them out of
Yeah.
the little insert, and you can slap them back on as soon as you're done swapping pickups, and makes it easy. And I just like the look of them.
Yeah, I kind of like the classic feel of those. Yeah. One thing I like about this guitar, man, is the string through. I'm sucker for a string through on a body, man. This thing looks really nice. Plus, it's got that Telly bridge plate on there, which is just, I mean, there's just a lot of different unique factors combined in this one particular instrument that makes it sort of an eye-catching, piece in the store. Even more so than some of these other ones. I mean, all these ones that are behind us right here, these are all D-Light's guitars. And they've all got a little something different and a little something special about them. Today we're pretty much going to feature this one, I think, because it's the one we've all played on the most and we love it. D-Light, tell me, man, you said you don't play very much, right?
I started off as a guitar tech in church for a bunch of musicians in our church. We had a ministry school too, and I started working on pedals originally. I have an electrical engineering background, so I got a hold of all kinds of modification manuals and figured out different things and kind of got weird with that. And then it led into building guitars, teching for certain folks around the Charlotte area, Concord.
Okay.
And before you knew it, building guitars is kind of like therapy for me. So.
Yeah, we get that here,
right?
For sure.
So it's just something I enjoy doing, and it's turned into a fun hobby.
So when you source, neck and body and all that from different places, wherever you can get them from? And...
Yeah, typically I'll try to find just stuff that I like, and I'll build it into a guitar and hope someone else likes it too.
Okay.
But yeah, I'll source it from wherever I can find something that I actually think would go well with the body, or vice
Well, let's
versa.
use this one for an example. So
Yeah.
what's our body in this one? What do we got underneath the paint job on this thing here?
Yeah, so that one is pine. In fact, this blue one, the two Telly types.
Okay.
Those all three of these are pine guitars.
Okay.
Pine bodies.
Nice. That would explain why it's extremely lightweight, because it
Yeah.
feels, it doesn't break my back like some of my other guitars
Yeah.
do.
Yeah, that's the other issue for me is I have a bum shoulder on the left side, so if I can get it under 7 pounds, that's my goal.
That's definitely a help. Bad backs. All of us guys that get old but still want to play guitar.
There you go.
We need guitars that don't kill us.
Yeah.
So when you source like your let's start with a body. Do you have a supplier? Do you look just for random bodies?
There's a couple different guys I like to use. Wildwood Guitars, Wildwood Manufacturing. They'll supply the bodies. Some of these bodies are MJT, so Mark Jenny stuff that you can get. And then the necks, again, I just try to find whatever I can. The majority of these, I think, are all parts necks, which some folks kind of poo-poo the old all parts thing, but they're the true vintage spec, and that's kind of what I'm going for. In fact, this guitar has a 7 1/4 radius, which a lot of players may not like, but for whatever reason, that one plays well. You can string bend well on it.
No, the action is nice and low. It's crisp. There's not a lot of buzz. In fact, I don't think there's any buzz as far as I'm concerned. I can't find any real places. But one thing I like about this, man, is this sort of oversized Fender style headstock. It's like a classic 60s style. The whole package is nice. It's unique. Yeah, it kind of looks like other things that are out there, but it also doesn't look like other things that are out there. And for the amount of money you're putting into an instrument, if you got $4,000 and you don't mind throwing that at a Fender custom shop guitar, that's great. But if you want a Fender custom shop type guitar and you don't have $4,000 to throw at it, this is a great alternative, man. You're talking about cutting that price in half, and I have not yet been disappointed in the playability or the sound quality of any of these instruments we've had in the store. So that's something to be spoke for comparing it to a company that's been around for what, 3/4 of a century almost now.
All
So
their lives,
that's who your market is that he's competing against. So this is why you want to come. You want to support someone that's local. You want to support someone that's sort of handcrafting their thing, even if it does look a little bit, familiar. It's also unique. It's extremely unique. And so if you want something that's a custom type instrument that really looks the part, looks like it's seen some wear and tear and done some damage, come check out D-Light's Custom Guitars, man. They're totally worth it.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
My pleasure.
Yeah.
All right, let's play something out.